This is the Sisterhood Society podcast, where three sisters talk life, food, fashion, kids, and everything in between. Become part of our sisterhood where everyone is welcome at our table. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Sisterhood Society podcast. We are so excited to do a little summer favorites episode. This was actually an episode that we were originally going to make like a once a month thing, but we weren't sure we'd have enough favorites every single month. But we thought we would do a little summer favorites, a little summer check-in with you guys. So first of all, we are going to start with what's good in the sisterhood, and then we'll dump right in. We will not dump, we will jump. Oh my gosh. We do have something to talk about with dumps later, but we'll wait. Okay,
what?
So one of my favorites has something to do with dumps. You know already. Okay, so Tara, what's your good?
We went to Nashville last weekend. It was super fun. We got to go out to dinner as adults Saturday night, which was a real treat. And then we went to a movie with Kait and Phil, which I haven't been in a theater in probably at least 5 years. It's been a really long time. We got to the first theater and Kait didn't think to look to see if it's been sold out. So
okay,
we got there.
In my defense, like I didn't think movies were still a thing. I thought they were like ghost towns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's good in the sisterhood, we went to Top Gun and I was like, that was so fun. But Isaac kept looking around. He's like, I didn't realize people still went to movies.
Yeah. Well, they were saying that Top Gun like brought movies back.
Yeah, that's what Isaac was like saying. He was like, Top Gun brought the movies back. People started going to it because of Top Gun.
Well,
yeah.
So anyway, Kait was like, well, we can just go back to the house. And I was like, I've got a night out without my kids. So like, I think we should find another activity.
She's like, do something else. And we were like, well, we already ate dessert. What do we do?
So we found a second theater. And we had some people that paid for our snacks.
Let me guess, you guys saw Thor.
No, we did not.
I know. I was kidding. That was sarcasm that you did not pick up on.
We saw Where the Crawdads Sing, and I had seen the movie, I had read the book, so I wanted to see the movie regardless, and Brian was really jonesing to see Maverick, but it was like sold out, and all the times that we could go to, we wouldn't have gotten out until like 11 or something. So anyways, it worked out in my favor, honestly, because I was going to go see it anyways.
It was good.
It was good.
But yes, we had a guy in front of us that it was just kind of funny because his wife went to go to the restroom and he turns to us and he goes, what are you guys watching? What movie are you going to go watch? And we said, we're going to see Where the Crawdads Sing. He said, me too. So my wife is in the restroom and I am needing to go to the restroom as well. So would you mind holding my hoodie? And then she's going to come back and I'll be gone. And she won't know where I'm at. And I was like, I'm really confused. Like, do you want me to hold your place in line? Do you want me to give you your hoodie? Like,
just text his wife.
Well, that too. And then why can't I tell her where you're at? Like when she comes back. And
this line wasn't moving at all. Like we had been sitting there already for like 30 minutes in the concessions line. So it's not like it was some big rush. And he probably would have been back in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was super fast. So he was just like, but don't tell her where I went. Like just hold my hoodie. So then he walked off and I said to Kait, I feel like I'm holding like a bomb or something. Like, it was like duped into, I was so confused.
Someone like using you as drug cartel or?
What was even crazier is then she comes back and she's like, my husband, don't think he's weird, but he really wants to pay for your snacks. And we were like, oh, that's so nice. And she's like, yeah, so order like whatever you want. And she's like, he's really generous. Don't think he's weird. And I was like, oh no, that's so nice. Well, then we get to the front and it's like a $60 bill and her card won't go through. And then I was like, oh, wait. Okay. And then I was like, well, we can just pay for ourselves. Like, this is so awkward. And the lady was like, your card, like, swiper is not working. Anyway, she keyed it in and then it ended up working and it was fine. And there was nothing nefarious. It was just a very weird situation.
It was just odd the way it went down. And because I was just like, it's sad that you're distrusting of people's just kindness. You know what I mean? Because you're like, okay, what do they need? What do they want? You know, it's
we're like patting the hoodie. We're like, is there something in there? We're like, does it feel heavy? Is there anything?
No, I was like, is there something? I did. I was just like, I didn't know if I should touch it or if it was going to go off.
Also, I feel like people in the north of the U.S. are more likely, like Chicago area, like New York. Obviously, like nearer cities, we are more skeptical of people's intentions.
Yeah.
Whereas people in the South, they just seem so chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
You know?
Yeah. And then what happened was they didn't get my popcorn on the first thing. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just share with Kate. And he's like, no, let me get it. And he like buys the second.
Yeah, it was actually so nice. Like, there was
very
nothing,
kind. Just
nothing
you
wrong
held
with the
his
situation.
hoodie.
Just because I held his hoodie.
And you did not tell his wife where he was at.
Well, she did come back. Good. I mean, here's the thing. It was good that I saw what she looked like before she left, because had she come back out of the bathroom and we didn't know what she looked like, she would have been wandering.
The other thing was she said that he needed to go out to the car to get something.
Yeah. That
was the other thing. So then we were like, oh no, what is he going to get from the car? But it was just a bunch of snow caps. Like he had to go get candy.
He had him like stuffed in his pockets, and he was like, I'm padded. Do you think they'll pad me down looking for the snow caps? So the whole thing just felt very
It was
odd.
like making me nervous. And I was like, Phil, he's kind of making me nervous. And he's like, why? Like, why are you nervous?
And he called at one point from the car to make sure that she was paying for the snacks. And she's like, yeah, I got your card. I told him I was going to pay for him. And I couldn't find the snow caps. So she was trying to tell him where they're at. It was like, the whole thing was just like very strange.
All that being said, he was really sweet and there was nothing to be nervous about. I think it's just because there's been so many like shootings in big public places like lately. You hear about one like every single day, and it's just like getting to the point where it's so ridiculous that I was like, anytime I'm in a space with a lot of people, sometimes I just like go to the worst case scenario in my head, which is so stupid. But I was just kind of like, oh, what if there's something in this hoodie? But then why would he hand you a gun if you had his hoodie? Like, why would if he was trying to
Well, I said to Kate, I'm like, this is my worst nightmare. What if I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time and get committed a crime I didn't commit?
Tara's like, no, I will not hold your hoodie. I will not touch your thing.
That's my worst fear.
You're like, don't pay for my snacks. Anyways, they were like really, really sweet, and there was nothing wrong with the situation. It was just odd how it all played out. And anyways, Whitney, what was your good?
My good was we also went to go see Top Gun. This wasn't this past weekend. It was the weekend before. We got there like 30 minutes ahead of time. And the only seats left were front row to the left. And I was like, oh, awesome. I'm going to have a headache. Yeah. And he's like, oh, don't worry. The seats recline. They did recline, but not enough to the point that we were able to watch it, but it's like your eyes had to adjust. And then when we sat upright, I felt like dizzy, and I felt like I had just like got off a boat. It like took me a while to like reacclimate to land.
I have some good news. This is my what's good. I have decided as of today that I'm going to try to be a TikTok star, and I'm going to give you guys weekly podcast updates on how it's going.
Oh,
I already
So local dog hero wasn't enough. She needs to be a TikTok.
It's gone to her head. It has gone to her head. She figured local dog hero like was a touch of fame.
I feel like people that are like big on TikTok they have very like ridiculous personalities most of the time, not everybody, or they're just like really niche, and I'm like, I'm ridiculous, so I feel like I would thrive on TikTok. So I feel like I already have a couple of video ideas. I can't decide if I'm gonna go like full-blown niche and just be like a book talker, or if I should just be like, I'm Kait and I talk about these 4 things and I just rotate the 4 ideas and that's my niche. I'm not sure yet, but
sounds like a surefire winner.
Yeah, honestly, you guys just wait. I'm going to prove you wrong. So, anyways.
You probably will. I'm not doubting you. I'm just...
Okay, so our outline for today is we're talking about summer favorites. So we're going to talk about a couple of things that we've done or read or eaten this summer that might give you guys some ideas. And these are just kind of silly episodes, but we like to talk about things that bring us joy, and we just feel like there's so much chaos in the world, and we sometimes like to have episodes that are not so serious. We do have some serious ones coming up though, so a little clickbait for you there. Anyway, starting with one thing that you found this summer that really brought you some joy.
Well, Whit gave me one of those tinkle razors, and I'm really loving the fact.
Twinkle, not tinkle.
Wait, no, it is tinkle.
No, it's twinkle, isn't it?
Wait, Tara, I thought you bought those for us for Christmas one year.
I did, but I didn't get them for myself.
Oh.
And so now I'm curious.
I
Because
ASMR
swear I
is
thought it
over
was
there.
twinkle.
I love your, well,
It's all but
It's-
rubbed off.
but it does look like it's TI. It looks like it says Tinkle.
It is
Oh.
Tinkle,
I
I promise.
I like how smooth it
Dang.
makes my face. And so I've
did you
been
take
obsessed.
the cap off of it?
Well, the cap fell off. Anyway, I'm liking these.
She shaves her face with a tinkle razor.
Tinkle razor.
Wow. Starting off with a bang. Okay, Whitney. Face shaving, and I'm
You
going to talk about
you
poop,
said
so it's fine.
You said random.
You said little joys.
I know. I'm laughing because I'm about to talk about poop, and Tara just talked about shaving her face, so we're going to go from there. Okay, what's yours?
I can finally start seeing my delts. Guys,
Like
this
gives you
has
joy.
it has been
That's not
a
something you found this summer. I guess you did.
Prove it,
Maybe you
show
I
us.
found
did
your muscles.
find it.
Let's show
They
us.
just popped out.
Yeah, prove it.
I
For
just
anybody on
put
the
my-
YouTube
I
side.
just put my sweatshirt on.
Hmm.
But it has been like a 6-month in the making situation. And I will say my meal plan, like my eating hasn't been like quite on track. And I would be a lot farther if I really, really stuck with it, which I'm starting to now. But I am starting to see muscle, and I can feel muscle in my legs and stuff. You just can't quite see them right now.
Nice.
But they're coming, and I know they're there. And that brings me joy. It really does. It actually makes me want to like push harder in my workouts. And I know like, okay, this workout is going to work my butt, and I'll be able to see my butt soon. This one's gonna work my hamstring.
Hello,
And-
but I missed you.
For real though, it just brings me joy. If I can see just a hint of it, it really gets me going.
That's great. I appreciate that. Okay. Mine is, I talked about this on our live video today, so it's a little bit of a recap for some of you. But
Mhm.
I discovered butt wipes recently, and they really actually are life-changing. And Whitney actually, the person who turned me on to this was my sister-in-law. And she was talking about how when you change a kid's diaper, how you don't just use toilet paper, or if you got like poop on your hand, you wouldn't just wipe it off with a paper towel. You would like wash your hands with soap or use something wet. And it is so true that we just wipe with paper, and there could be some remnants or some residue still there. And we're like, it's fine. We'll just use dry paper. So I've been really enjoying these.
This makes
They
it
are-
sound like we're sponsored by any of these things.
I wish I was sponsored by Cottonelle. Gosh. They smell like a
Oh,
fresh.
you told us this morning it was Charmin. So it's
Yeah,
Cottonelle.
it is actually Cottonelle, but I'm sure
Okay.
Charmin has some too. And then that was kind of weird, but
Do you
the other
use
thing-
it for every flush or just for the dirty ones?
Valid question.
I don't do it unless I'm on my period, but mainly just when I take a number 2.
Okay. So it's not for
So-
one, it's just for two.
So we had
Just
to
for
clarify this earlier because Tara was like, what are you doing? Like, you can't necessarily flush them. They claim they're flushable, but you can't necessarily flush these because they're not good for your sewer system.
Mhm.
And it will clog your toilets. And we were like, what do you do with them? Do you just like put them in the trash can near your toilet? Because that gets stinky really fast coming
Mhm.
from a
Mhm.
house of toddlers.
Yes.
Yeah,
you
so we were saying you should do a preliminary swipe with the TV. Get as much as you can, and then do a fresh wipe with the wipe. Moving right along for the people that hate talking about duty, there is a fragrance I found. Wow, we went from one smell to another.
But this is not a toilet fragrance.
no, this is like you
De
wear-
toilette.
No, so I have never once in my life, I can tell you, have ever been influenced by Kim Kardashian until this. Never bought anything she's promoted or posted about, but she reposted this.
That's not
And
true.
it is.
You wear Skims.
Yeah, but it's not because Kim posted about him,
But you were influenced by her brand.
but not her.
Okay.
I've never like swiped up on something that Kim has suggested until
Okay.
now. So now I
Okay.
have.
Okay.
But she said that the girl who made this smells good and that it's supposed to smell like you're in Malibu, and it really does. And I've just been really enjoying it. It smells like coconut and like florals. It smells like when you walk into like a really expensive hotel.
Like the Four Seasons?
Yeah. But better.
Okay.
Dare I say it has really nice packaging.
And how much was it?
Like $130.
Okay.
Does it
That's like a
stay on
normal-
Does it stay on your skin? Because that is my number one annoyance.
Yeah,
When
not probably
You
as
said that
much.
so, Phil?
Phil, well, I was going to say something and then she was still asking her question. Probably not as much as like Creed or like I feel like sometimes nicer perfumes have a tendency not to, probably because they're using better ingredients.
that bothers me. I would
Mhm.
rather buy something that is not as expensive that lasts longer.
It's like, I'd rather wear toxic products that stay
I
on my
mean,
skin.
if I'm paying for something and I love the smell, I
Yeah.
want it to stay on me all day long. I don't want to be spraying it multiple times a day.
But
That's
it's
fair.
not, I mean, both of you wear perfume and it's not like every time I pass you, I'm like, oh, I can smell you.
But I can smell it.
I don't wear mine daily.
I wear mine
Oh.
daily.
I've been rationing mine because all I'm left with is Creed. I haven't I need to get more. I haven't replenished
Creed
mine.
doesn't stay on my skin.
Yeah, I do. I will say that
My
I think
body
that-
eats it up.
yeah.
It's just like it's gone within.
Oh,
30
see,
minutes.
Creed stays on mine. Phil says I'm
It
like
stays on
really
my-
strong.
It stays on my clothes.
So our next question is best show you've watched this summer. I will start because I'm very passionate about this question, even though I went
Yes,
last.
you are.
The summer I turned pretty. Oh my gosh, you guys. I didn't think I was going to have an answer for this because I haven't watched TV this summer, but that I did watch, and I've watched it 6 times. So I guess I have watched TV this summer, but
One
It's
was enough
just-
for me. That show, I thought it was cute. I just don't understand why you're so obsessed with it.
it's
I
the
just-
vibes.
It is. I mean, it has fun vibes.
It's the nostalgia. It's the vibes. It's the like.
It does feel very
summer.
summery. I can
It
say
does.
that. Mhm.
Yeah.
And
But
just
one
like
It's
was
that,
kind
fun.
of like when Saved by the Bell went to the
To the
to the
beach.
resort for the
Hawaii?
the
The
resort
Hawaii.
for the summer, and they all worked at that hotel.
Oh, in
It
the
gives you-
desert in Palm Springs.
I don't think it was Palm Springs. Weren't they on the beach?
They were
They're
in
on the
Hawaii,
beach.
I thought.
They all worked for this hotel.
There's a few.
Actually, wasn't it Leah Remini's? Wasn't she on the show on Saved by the Bell when they worked for her dad's hotel?
Or wait, maybe Zach and Kelly get married in Hawaii.
No,
Isn't
Zach
there like a
got married
special where they go to like Maui?
Oh, maybe, but
it's such an old show. I can't even think.
It doesn't
anyway.
matter. You know, my favorite books are like the college high school romances that are like sparking and you're like, ooh, you touched my hand for the first time. And it's like those little like butterflies, like shows that give me butterflies. That's how it just felt so innocent and pure. And I don't know, there was something like nostalgic about being 16 and like feeling like, ooh, I'm 16. I'm hot this summer. Finally, boys notice me.
Kate understands how Belly felt when all of
Yeah.
a sudden the boys she liked forever finally liked her.
Okay, so Whitney, what was your favorite show this summer?
So I haven't watched a whole lot of shows. I've been reading all galore, but I took a pause and I decided to watch the Marvel movies with the boys because I thought they would really enjoy them. And so I have really liked the Thor series. And then there's also like a spin-off TV show called Loki that is Thor's brother. And that was interesting. It was different, but it was interesting. So Marvel Mania things. Boy mom stuff.
Mm-hmm. I watched The Summer I Turned Pretty, which I liked, but then I started into a binging of Netflix, and the one that I keep telling Whit about, that's all I go watch.
She like wants me to watch it so bad, so she has somebody to talk to about it.
I just like real life stuff.
Is it the documentary about Scientology?
No, no, but that's my newest one that I'm watching,
Oh,
which
for real?
is so interesting. Just the whole church, because I've never understood like what the religion was.
Yeah, I've watched part of that.
Yeah.
It gets real. It started
It
getting
kinda-
strange, so then I stopped.
Well, it kind of repeats itself, I feel like, from episode to episode, because
Yeah.
everyone's experience is really similar. But anyway, it's just that as a whole, I never understood like what it was about. So I just wanted anyway. So, but the one that I'm talking about is Inventing Anna. And so, because I think that one is so interesting, how she literally like fooled all these people in these hotels into like believing that she was an heiress and like just stiffed them on her bill. Like she
A
was saying,
$40 million loan. Like, come on. We had to like almost like sign our lives away for like,
$100,000.
yeah. barely anything. They wanted our life insurance policy number.
Yeah, they wanted our life insurance policies to put down as collateral, and she had people on Wall Street like just signing up to like invest in this social club that she was doing, and had anyway. I just found the whole thing like so super interesting. So that one was good.
That's wild.
I won't be watching that. I don't like real life documentaries because they stick with me too long. I like worry about them. I get anxious, and then I'm like, what a dark world we live in. And it takes me down a very spirally dark hole. So
okay, so on that note, Whit, what is the best book you've read recently?
Okay, so this one I said was a loaded question because I have read a lot of really good ones. But the ones that I kept thinking of before I like went back and looked at like my read list, the Inheritance Games novels.
Yeah, I love those.
The series is great. The first one is interesting. The second one like wraps it all up, and then apparently there's a third one coming. But they were so good, and they're clean too. There's not like anything gross in them. Sometimes when you get into romance novels, you gotta be careful. There's some authors where you're just like, that was unnecessary and disgusting. Whereas Inheritance Game series is really cute. I think it's young adult probably, right?
Yeah, there was multiple sex scenes in Where the Crawdads Sing, and like I just remember being like, wow, that felt really clean, even though it probably like 10 years ago I would have been like, wow, that was a lot of sex. But I just feel like I'm so used to seeing so many sex scenes in TV that like maybe that didn't seem like, because that was PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't show any private parts, which was kind of refreshing. I'm like, I don't need to see boobs in every show, you know what I mean? And I got my own, you know? I don't need to see anybody else's. I'm just kidding.
You mean in the movie? I thought you meant in the book.
Oh, no. But that I just was saying
the book isn't illustrated.
Yeah, the book doesn't have pictures.
Well,
but
no,
in the book, there's a lot of details about sex, too. But I guess it didn't seem as like dirty as some books I feel like are. Okay, so my favorite book I just read, and I think it's probably my favorite of the year. It's an indie author. It's an indie romance, and it's a love triangle between three characters. So it's called Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. And I literally texted Whitney all weekend. I was like, stop watching Marvel and start this book. It's so good. And the chokehold that this story had on me was just like literally unbelievable. Like I could not stop reading it.
But I feel like it's an extension of The Summer I Turned Pretty. So naturally you're just
like, it's like the college version of
triangle.
I found that I don't really like the trope where one of us is famous.
Yeah,
like, I don't love that. And so I read a book like that this weekend and I was just kind of like, meh. But I like when I don't usually think I like love triangle, but maybe I do. It kind of stresses me out a little because you're like, ooh, who are they going to choose? It's kind of like a thriller. It's not that serious.
Cozy mystery.
I don't want to give it away because I feel like there's so much you could spoil. So I'm just going to say, read it, go into it blind, and then thank me later.
I love going into books blind.
Yes.
My favorite way to read.
Tara didn't read anything this summer, so why don't you go right into the podcast that you're enjoying?
I did listen to Greenlight, and I did like that one. But that's
was your own book choice.
I know, but I don't read. I don't read for joy.
I did enjoy.
I don't read for joy.
That's not one of the things that randomly brings me joy.
So, what's your favorite podcast you've been listening to lately?
I really honestly don't listen to a lot of podcasts on a regular basis, to be perfectly honest. If I listen to any, I will either listen to Jana's with Wind Down. I'll listen to Sharon's, which is Sharon Says So, or I will do Girl with No Job. Those are really the only three that I'll pick up randomly, but I don't really listen to podcasts as a whole.
So you don't read, you don't listen to podcasts, you don't listen to music.
I don't. I really don't. Like I was thinking recently that I don't have a lot of hobbies outside of party planning and hanging out with friends. Like I don't really have anything. No, I know, but it's just funny. Like I don't have like a specific thing that I like taking. I don't. That's like the only thing that gives me joy. Like randomly, that it's like a hobby.
I really like the idea of like scrapbooking, but not like scrapbooking, but like I saw this girl made a book journal where she like each page was like books on my TBR for June, and then she'd like decorate it cool with like cute markers, and I would go and buy all the stuff, and then I would never put the book journal together. Like I think buying the supplies is more fun than putting the journal together.
For sure.
Like I would never keep up with it, but I'm like, the supplies seem fun. Like buying some like colored markers, like that sounds like a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm the type where I'm like, it's just more efficient to put that in my phone.
Sometimes buying all the like decorations is more fun than the actual event itself.
Yeah,
like doing all the prep work in advance.
Yeah, like putting the party together is always such a ugh.
No, I like that part.
Like putting all the decor up, I'd rather die. Like
I don't like taking down, but I like seeing the fruits of my labor.
It depends who I'm doing it with.
Well, yeah, that's true. I will say that sometimes I don't love all the detail pieces of it. Like I would rather have someone that I can like give instructions to do it. But
it's a very thing of you to say.
I felt very stressed putting the lights up at Whitney's wedding prep, and me and Jake were in charge of it, and everyone was like, "Are you guys done yet with the string lights?"
Well,
we were like,
you did also keep letting them go, and then they were crashing the floor and busting bulbs. So, like, how many of those are you going to let go of?
It was a difficult task. Yeah, so I don't like to party plan under pressure, which I always am under pressure because I leave it until like the week before. So,
well, the thing with Tara's party plans, they literally get put together the morning of. She wakes up at like 3 a.m. She like goes and does everything.
It depends. Like for this one, I have been prepping it for like a good 2 weeks already, and the birthday's not till the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of depends on the party and what I'm going. Like the friends party, I prepped for 3 straight months.
Well, yeah, you got like your ideas in place, and then you buy things for it. But like everything, like that party will not be put together until the morning of.
Well, that also depends, because some parties I will go and start putting them together like a couple days in advance. It just depends on how much time.
True.
How much I have to do. But yeah, some stuff you can't do.
The thing about me is that I just pay someone else to do it, not to make everything about me. But I literally am like, no, it's not worth it. Like, I'm just not going to cook. Like, I'm just going to pay a caterer. Or like some friends on my last shower, they all offered to do like all the decor. So I literally was like, I think I'm just showing up to my own party with a gift. Like, that's literally exactly what I did. And I enjoyed it. Phil cleaned the whole house. He did all the lawn care. I just showed up and chatted with people, which that sounds like your
hard part with me is that I don't like to give up control and or credit. Like I like it to be my idea and my execution. And if I
but people
have someone else do
were
it,
like, this was a great shower, and I was like, thank you. Even though I literally did nothing.
Well, I always have this version of like the party and then like the over the top. And in my head, I always have the over the top. And then I'm always a little bit bummed that I didn't, like, if I didn't instill my over the top ideas. So Tammy's always like, Tara, your normal ideas are still over the top. Like, no.
That's true.
And I was like, I know, but you don't know what I was thinking about doing. And she's like, I'm telling you, the regular ideas are over the top. So I always have these like levels in my head. Like this is like just half-assing it. And this is like normal. And then this is like too much.
So. I almost pity you a little bit. I'm like, oh, there's a lot going on in Tara's head. Like
it swirls for a while as I'm still like trying to figure out how to do their tablescape and their backdrop for their party, but it's coming together.
I just buy a kit at Party City and I'm just like, here you go.
Yeah, but it includes a plastic tablecloth and that's hideous.
I mean, 90% of tablecloths are plastic.
And they get thrown away. And
yeah, exactly. Why would I want to keep a Paw Patrol tablecloth?
No, I know. It's just one of those things.
It's okay.
One of those things in your head that I pity for.
Everybody's has those days. Okay, so Whitney, what's your favorite podcast, or do you have one?
Literally the only podcast I listen to is the Belonging Co podcast, which are just their sermons that they put online. I love it. Henry, Paul, and Alex are my 3 faves. I don't really like the Visitors ones. Not that I'm opposed to listening to them. I just like Henry, Paul, and Alex.
You should listen to Lisa. Is it Lisa Harper that was there 2 weekends ago? She was hilarious, though.
Was she?
Yeah.
I think I may have started that one. I don't remember finishing it. Cute.
Okay, just to move us along, my favorite podcasts. All of the book podcasts have really funny like names. One is Get Lit with Liliana. One is Literally Can't Even. One is this one makes me laugh. Hardcover Hose. And then I like one called Talk Bookish to Me. And they all basically do the same thing where they discuss either books they've read, what's on their TBR, etc., etc. Okay, next question.
That reminds me of a billboard we saw on the way home yesterday that said hot shingles looking to get nailed, and it was a roofing company.
That's good.
Not funny.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. I guess they did their job.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will end with the last two things is favorite recipe you've tried, and then we'll say our best memory of summer. So, Tara, favorite recipe?
So we have finally figured out the smoker. And so my favorite recipe that we've done on it is we did a pork shoulder, and we marinate, and it wasn't coming out the right word.
What?
Take Tara. For those of you that don't know,
I was going to say masturbate instead of marinate.
No.
I knew that wasn't the right word.
I'm glad you didn't say
Pork
that.
shoulder is supposed to masturbate.
This just went from like a PG podcast to a very not PG. Oh my word.
Sorry, see. It was the wrong word.
It tickled me so hard. Oh my gosh.
Okay, maybe start this segment one more time.
My cheeks hurt.
No, she should leave it in. That's pretty funny. Oh my word. Okay, so you were
No.
You were marinating a pork shoulder. I literally am gonna be sick. I just laughed so hard.
Okay.
You look like you're gonna cry.
Okay, try it again.
So Tara, okay, we should just move on. Pork shoulder is Tara's answer.
Oh my word.
But she's not going to be able to cut around any of that.
No, just keep it in. It's funny. Who cares? Just keep it in. Okay, so pork shoulder for Tara. Whitney, what was
But I didn't tell you what it was marinated.
What was it marinated in?
Funny.
It's marinated. Dijon mustard and brown sugar.
My head hurts.
That's it. It's Dijon mustard and brown sugar.
Yeah, it's Dijon mustard and brown sugar.
My cheeks hurt.
I have like a headache. Oh, okay. Pork shoulder and
Man, that was a wild ride. God.
Oh my.
Well, I just snorted. Okay, what was your favorite recipe this summer?
Actually, I think I made this up last year, but it's one of my favorite recipes to make in the summer are oatmeal cream pies. Because I've got this thing, and if you know me a while, you know that I like things that have crunchy, chewy, salty, and sweet all wrapped into one. Whatever that is, it's like crack to me. I cannot stay out of it. And these are all those things. They're crunchy, chewy, salty, and sweet. And
you should make those when I'm in town this week.
I should. Maybe I will. I've got the ingredients for them, so.
There's a recipe on TikTok that had me by the chokehold this week, and it's called Juicy Chicken 101. And I shared it on Instagram like 7 times. I've already made it 4 times, and I just discovered it like this past weekend. It's basically how to get the perfect juicy chicken, and it's so easy, and I just keep making it so good. And then I also tried the viral TikTok grinder sandwich, and that was actually pretty life-changing as well. So basically every day, I don't like to know what I'm going to eat. So I like look at my recipes and then I order Instacart groceries. That grinder sandwich took me $60 to make.
Isaac would kill me. Isaac
but
would
now I have all the
kill
things
me
for it, so it's fine.
Oh my word.
It just required things that I didn't have, like Duke's mayonnaise, like it had to be Duke's brand. And then I didn't have what's that? It's like a vinegar and oil thing dressing that you can put on sandwiches, and I forget what it's called. Anyways, Tara, what was your favorite memory besides pork shoulder marinades?
Well, I think my favorite memories this summer was when we went to Nashville a couple weeks ago, and we took the kids over to this water park, and I think it was just the realization of like knowing that summer's going fast and they're getting older and it's going quick. And then of course I did this like video montage of it, and then it made it all more emotional and sappy. But that one was like such a fun day because the kids, it's fun to do an activity that they all four can enjoy, which is sometimes hard to find, especially with Briggs being as little as he is. But that one kind of hit the mark for everybody, and we all got to get involved, and I even went down a slide. So that's probably my favorite from this summer.
Nice.
You know what's funny is like people don't peg you as the sentimental one, but you're like extremely sentimental.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I think they just assume that I am because I'm like quiet and soft spoken.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's why you can't put me in a box.
You can't put me in a box either. Just because I'm quiet doesn't mean I'm sentimental. Actually, my memory was when we went to the pool. Was that 4th of July? Were we there for 4th of July?
Not this year.
No, we weren't. No, for your birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we just had Riv there, and Isaac took Indy and Ever home for naps. And I could literally just sit by the pool, get a tan, not like worry. My oldest kid knows how to swim, so he was fine. And I could sit there and read a book. And that was like literally the best time because I just remember fully just relaxing.
That's
it was sweet. A very peaceful afternoon for sure.
Especially after a busy week. We kind of went that week like 90 miles an hour. So the fact that we had like a day to really unwind was nice.
Yeah.
I'll do two. Since Tara already said Nashville, I went to the farmer's market with my parents, which we had talked about on a previous episode. And that was just like a sweet little memory that's sticking out this summer. And then this past Friday, one of my girlfriend's birthdays was on Saturday, so we went out to dinner on Friday to Suprica, which is like a Mexican place in town. One, I love the food there, and two, it was all of the girls in my book club that we went together, and then we went to one of our friends' houses afterwards, and we all like Venmo'd a bunch of money all together and bought her like an unbelievable amount of books on her like Goodreads account, and we wrapped them individually, so she had to open them one by one, and we got her a Stanley Cup and some jammies and stuff. But it was just like a giggle fest all night. Like after we got home, it was super fun. And I don't know, it was just really fun. I haven't had like a night out with just girls in a long time, and I had book club last week, so I guess I had 2 activities with them in 1 week. But I feel like I've gone in seasons of having like pockets of friendships in town, but I haven't ever really had like a girlfriend group since I've been here. Like just a big group of girlfriends that I'm not like friends with them just because of their husband or something like that. And it's been really special to have like girls' nights. That sounds really stupid, but you know what I mean.
No, it's cute. Tara and I actually, so I'm designing a shirt for one of them.
Yes.
And it was so cute. I was like, do you want the font this way or this way? And she's like, okay, give me 1 second. Let me ask my book club. And I was like, how cute. Like I told Tara, I was like, that's so cute that's like her group of girls, like to go and like be her sounding board. It's like her book club.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious, but it makes sense just how because that's the book club that you're talking about.
The best part is that she bought bachelorette shirt for her 1-year-old.
Yeah.
To go on the trip too.
The shirt that I'm designing. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say it in case.
Oh yeah, don't say it.
I don't know if I'm not going to explain it, but anyways.
Yeah, that's cute. I don't think it's a surprise, but either way.
Oh, it's not? Okay. Well, anyways, she's going to have her 2-year-old wear one. Which
isn't she just one? I think
she's one, but it's a 2 t-shirt.
Yeah.
Because she said girlfriend's got rules.
She's so cute.
She is so cute.
This is on Girl With No Jobs podcast on the Morning Toast. They do this thing called Unburden Yourself, and I need to unburden myself really quick before we end.
I'm nervous.
Can it get worse? Marinating their shoulders.
There's a whole lot in this episode that has made me really nervous sweating.
No, it's like, it's kind of stupid, but it's been haunting me, and that's the whole point of unburdening yourselves. Like, you just say it and then you move on from it. But at Banning, this is the baby's birthday party, last weekend. So Taylor, my friend whose baby is named Banning, she just turned 1, and Taylor walked up to greet me and Phil because it was like a breakfast brunch birthday party, and she was holding a baby that looked a lot like Banning and was wearing an outfit similar to the way that Taylor would dress Banning. And I like was hugging Taylor and the baby at the same time, and I was like, happy birthday. And I like looked at the baby as I'm saying it, and I was like, this baby kind of doesn't look like Banning. And then she's like, oh, this isn't Banning. And I felt so stupid that I didn't know like my best friend's baby. And she was like, no, both of our babies are chunky. This is my friend Angel's baby. And then someone else did it right after me because Taylor was holding this baby. And so it made me feel a little better. But then the whole day I had this like shame that I called her baby like someone, you know what I mean? It's stupid, but I just feel like I need to put it out there and unburden myself. And the whole time in the car, I was like, do you think that hurt Taylor's feelings? And Phil was like, you need to stop. You have to stop.
I was just gonna say, do you really think that by you saying it is gonna make you unburden yourself? Because you're the type that you cycle back through it. You're never gonna like let it go.
Yeah, sometimes when I say the story again, then I'm like, dang it, why did I do that? And then I just
cycle through it again.
Yes.
Like an idiot.
Such an idiot.
Idiot. At least you talk about it, whereas me, I like store them up in my muscles and they never go away.
The worst is like when you text someone something meaningful and then they don't text you back, or they text you with like a ha or something like that. That makes me really go off the deep end.
It does.
Oh no.
But how annoying is that? Why would somebody respond that way? That's so annoying. Why would
like
you
if you like text someone like I'm proud of you and then they don't respond, you're like, but I'm proud of you. Like, why aren't you responding?
But like, yeah, why would the person not respond to something like that? They would know it would make the other person feel bad.
You know, I should question.
It's making a statement.
We need to do a segment called Check Your Heart, because what I really need to do is check my heart and be like, why am I sending the text? Because I shouldn't care if they respond. I should just be like, I said it, that I was proud, and I shouldn't care whether or not they respond. So I need to check my own heart. Mic drop.
That's very valid, to be honest.
Anyways, okay, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Sisterhood Society Podcast. We're so grateful that you are here. We would love if you enjoyed this episode to go to YouTube and subscribe, because we would like you to see our face. And we only have a couple subscribers. We'd like some more. And make sure to leave us a 5-star review to tell us how stunning we are. And what made you laugh, and whether or not you use butt wipes. Leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear. All right, guys, we love you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.